What's up, kind people of YouTube? My name is Ahmed and welcome back to yet another video. As you would have seen in the thumbnail and the title, I'm talking about Friends. And I know a lot of people will be like, really? We're talking about Friends in 2023? Isn't it already overhyped? A lot of people I know personally do not like Friends. It comes with good reason. When I'm talking about Friends, I'm talking about Friends as an overall TV show. Not just those moments that people don't like in the TV show. As an overall TV show, Friends is one of those ultimate feel good TV shows that anybody can watch. And that's what makes the show what it is. And that is why it's still relevant in 2023. Kind of relevant, at least, I hope. I think it's one of those shows that makes you laugh, cry, feel emotions like no other show could make you do. And one of the reasons why I think that happens, especially with a show like Friends, is because of how it has been written and the chemistry of the cast that had been put together. I don't think any other actor in that role could have carried it the way they did. Talking about the chemistry of the six main characters, Phoebe, Chandler, Monica, Ross, Rachel, and of course my favorite, Joey, the actors grew into the roles. The first season wasn't as great and probably not as well received. Although now when we look at it with a little bit of nostalgia and that tints our hindsight. Neither was the 10th season, don't get me wrong, both the seasons were terrible. Calling it terrible is an overstatement, but it wasn't great. Dude, come on, don't tell me you wanted a group of friends just like that. I wanted a group of friends like that. I'm grateful that I have such good friends who watch the videos, thankfully. Thank you guys. One of the reasons why the show works really well is the performances of the actors, the delivery of the lines, and mostly doing a good job with the writing of the show. Yes, there are some very problematic sequences in the show that I cringe at when I'm watching and I generally just skip. For me, Friends is one of those shows where I can go back and watch it because I'm feeling upset, I'm feeling sad, I just need something to uplift my moment, and I know exactly what episode will help in that situation, and that makes the show work so well. I think Friends is like one of those guilty pleasures that everybody has and nobody wants to admit they have it. Over the years, we've come to know a lot more about Friends, and one of my favorite moments from the Friends interviews was how much Matthew Perry was actually involved in the jokes of the show, because the writers would really take in his inputs for the jokes that he was cracking, making the jokes actually land. I don't think a lot of TV shows are being shot in front of a live audience, especially the sitcoms. Most of them are being recorded on a set. Apart from, I think, Jimmy Kimmel Live and Jimmy Fallon Live. I'm not counting Lily Singh's TV show in this because that is so bad. It's not even funny how bad that TV show is. So why am I doing this review? Why am I looking back at this TV show now? Some of the themes that were brought up in the TV show are still relevant in 2023. In fact, it set a prerogative for a lot of people. You look at Joey and how he chased his dream. You look at Ross and how he actually ended up finding love after divorcing like 3 times. All 3 of the women actually mothered children in 3 different unique ways. Rachel being a single mom, Monica adopting 2 children, and look at Phoebe giving birth to her own cousin's child. That is very creepy. I wouldn't do it. It did set a good prerogative that surrogacy is not that bad a deal, adoption is not that bad a deal, and being a single mother does not mean a bad thing. Some of the themes that the show brought up are even relatable today. Friendship, career struggles. I mean, look at Chandler. He actually switched his career 9 years after the one that he had actually started in. So that just says that you can actually go out and dream and want to become whatever you want to. That set a very good theme for a lot of young people watching that show, because it shows that you can actually achieve whatever you want to. Like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of issues that this TV show has. Friends does not have a diverse cast. Keep in mind that this show was shot in the 1990s. Even then, that is no defense for the show. It did not have a diverse cast. It was about white men and women living in New York. And New York, I think, is one of the most culturally diverse places. A lot of Italians, of course, and a lot of different cultures that come and live in New York. Another issue that a lot of people had was how Ross behaved with a lot of people. His anger issues, although very funny, were persistent throughout the show. His issue with a male nanny, them hitting on their cousins, that is one of the biggest issues that a lot of people had with the show. Although the show does face a lot of criticism, one thing that we need to keep in mind, the cultural context in which the show was made. Nevertheless, the show has had a very significant impact on the pop culture of our generation. I mean, one of my favorite moments from the show is Pivot. For me, the show is one of those shows that I can sit down and watch with a bunch of my friends alone if I wanted to, and that just goes to show you that it does make a lot of difference. That is why I think it is going to remain iconic. It is going to have cultural impact even in the future. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you have, I'm going to link a couple of videos for you to watch and you can watch those as well.